Let's bring in meteorologist Simone Thomas. Simone, happy Saturday. I hope you've been enjoying it so far. And with the weather, it's really not hard to.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, we've had a number of events across central Arkansas today that have given people a reason to get outside, and hopefully the weather delivered to give you a nice weekend. We have had some of those fluffy cumulus clouds. You can see kind of that cumulus field across central Arkansas. Otherwise, we started the day on a fairly sunny note. Temperatures right now hovering around the upper 70s and lower 80s, 81 in the capital city and in Hot Springs. Pine Bluff a little bit warmer, 83 right now. Conway and Clinton just to our north, 79 is the current. As we continue through the evening, actually looking to see the last of those cumulus clouds move out of here. So we'll have a pretty clear moonlit sky tonight as temperatures fall to the 60s again. You'll wake up Sunday morning in the upper 50s and lower 60s. 62 looking to be that wake up in the capital city, with 56 expected in cities like Clinton. Searcy looking to wake up to 59 degrees on your Sunday. Full details on the rest of the weekend and a preview to this upcoming week are coming in that 7-day outlook, so make sure you stick around.
All right, thanks, Simone. The federal government shutdown is now entering its second week with no immediate end in sight, and with the White House threatening to fire thousands of federal workers in what it says is an effort to save costs. CBS's Willie James Inman is in Washington with more.
As the federal government prepares to enter a second week of a shutdown, the finger pointing between Republicans and Democrats continues.
We're in the midst of a government shutdown that has been caused by Donald Trump and Republicans to inflict further pain on the American people. The government is shut down right now because Donald Trump and Republicans refuse to provide health care to working class Americans.
The motion upon reconsideration is not agreed to.
On Friday, the Senate voted and once again failed to move forward with a short-term spending bill to fund the government until mid-November, extending the shutdown. Democrats want more health care funding, including an extension of affordable health care tax credits.
My caucus and Democrats are adamant that we must protect the health care of the American people.
House Speaker Mike Johnson canceled plans for the chamber to return to Washington next week, a move that effectively puts pressure on the Senate to act.
So the House will come back into session and do its work as soon as Chuck Schumer allows us to reopen the government. That's plain and simple.
Meanwhile, the White House is threatening to lay off thousands of federal employees, adding that the move will cut costs.
Nobody wants to do that, but sometimes in government you have to make tough decisions.
The ongoing government shutdown means a number of federal workers, including TSA agents at airports, will have to continue work without pay. The shutdown is also expected to continue to impact a number of museums and national parks. Willie James Inman, CBS News, Washington.
And for all the latest on how the shutdown is affecting us here in Arkansas, you can head over to thv11.com, where we have an article explaining everything as it develops. The government shutdown isn't the only big news brewing in Washington, D.C., as the Trump administration is preparing to send federal troops to more cities. On Friday, Homeland Security Secretary Kristi Noem made a visit to the ICE facility near Chicago. At the same time, Chicago alderperson Jesse Fuentes was taken into custody by ICE agents at a local hospital while demanding to see a warrant for an injured man. She was later released, but a Homeland Security statement said nearly 30 protesters had tried to break into the area where the detainee was being treated. And Chicago is not the only city the Trump administration is focusing on.
The President has directed Secretary Hegseth to provide all necessary troops to protect war-ravaged Portland and any ICE facilities under siege from attack by Antifa and other left-wing domestic terrorists.
The city and the state of Oregon together have sued the administration, and a federal judge is considering whether to grant a temporary restraining order to block the president's action. And more than 100 Arkansas National Guardsmen are going on a 13-month mission to the southern border. Nearly 120 guardsmen, including a helicopter unit, will work with U.S. Customs and Border Patrol. The images you see here are the types that'll be deployed. A departure ceremony is happening tomorrow when the mission starts. And happening right now, former Arkansas Governor Asa Hutchinson is back in the capital city as the keynote speaker for the 20th anniversary tribute dinner for the John H. Johnson Museum. 9 legislators will be recognized for sponsoring a bill in his name, marking November 1st as John H. Johnson Day. THV 11's Carter Thweet is at the event and will sit down with Governor Hutchinson. We'll have more tonight at 10. Meanwhile, Arkansas State Senator Brian King was back at the state capitol this week, joined by Gary Stubblefield's family. Together, they objected to the special election set for next June that will fill the late senator's seat. The governor picked that date after receiving pushback on her original plan to wait until next November. Claire Everbach explains why King and the Stubblefield family are now calling on her to make another change for the people of District 26.
Senator Brian King says the decision to move the general election to June means District 26 won't have a voice during one of the most crucial times of government, the fiscal session.
This attempt to have the special election after the budget session will impact not just the prison issue, but it will also impact the budget session. They will have no representation during the budget session.
King says this isn't just a matter of timing, but a matter of right and wrong.
While we're here today, if you look at this situation of even moving back this special election to June, you're basically allowing stolen representation. You're trying to steal representation from the people in that Senate district at one of the most crucial times of our state government.
He says the proposed prison in Franklin County is an example of why this matter is urgent.
His district and mine, being close enough, could be the most impacted from the mega prison and impact them for decades. And all of a sudden, this governor believes that they should not have representation during this crucial time.
And emphasized this change is a form of stealing representation.
Voter fraud, it really is about stealing representation, and this putting off the special election for his seat is about just stealing representation.
Amber Sullivan, the daughter of Senator Stubblefield, stood alongside King and spoke at the press conference. She says her father's seat should not go unfilled for so long.
We're not asking anybody to break the law, but his seat should not go unrepresented for 8 months, 9 months. It shouldn't go 5 months.
Sullivan echoed King's call for a timely election, so District 26 has representation before the budget session.
This election should be taking place in January. It could have taken place in November, but for some reason, they continue to put it off. And all we are asking is for accountability for those people that he was passionate about. And that's all that we ask, is for this election not to be continued to be pushed back.
Governor Sanders has also officially announced a vacancy in the Arkansas State House. This comes after District 70 Representative Carlton Wing resigned last week. Wing stepped down to take a new role as executive director of Arkansas PBS. Both the Republican and Democratic parties now have 10 days to decide if they want to hold a special primary or a delegate convention to pick a candidate. A special election will then be called to fill the seat.